Samsung has just announced the Galaxy A80, their first smartphone ever to have a full-screen Super AMOLED Infinity display. There's no notch, there is no punch hole, the front is pretty much all screen. Let's find out why. So the A80 has a 8 megapixel main camera and then the ultrawide on the far right, the S10. You can seamlessly transition between the main camera and the ultrawide depending on how much you want to capture, and this new animation they've added makes that transition a little less abrupt. And what I was impressed by is that, like its more expensive cousin, it does have most of the same camera features like 4K video recording, slow motion, as well as super slow motion. It's even got the same super steady video at 1080p that the S10 phones do, although I would say this is not as good as the stabilization on the P30 Pro, generally speaking. Now, because we've also got that 3D depth sensor, it does open up a few new possibilities, like being able to use augmented reality to measure objects in real time. When you flip to the front camera, the entire camera module rises. Yeah, sure, that in itself is pretty cool, but the implication is much more important, and it's actually something I've been asking for on a little bit about this phone. When you open up that camera module, aside from having just lots of moving parts in one go, you've also got the fact that there are two stages to the movement of that camera rotation. It's not one continuous smooth movement, and so that does make me think that there's potential over time for this to start to go wrong a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see. Alright, the display kind of surprised me, because it's a massive 6.7 inches in size with only a Full HD Plus resolution. I was a little worried. Thankfully, having spent some time with Bright and Super Vivid thanks to that Super AMOLED technology, and because there are no physical cutouts in the phone, in some ways it looks more impressive than even high-end flagships like the P30 Pro, which, considering how exciting the concept of this rotating camera is, feels a little bit contrasting. Out of all of them, this one's probably my favorite, this rose gold finish, and I do like the bronze metallic shiny sides. The phone loses the dedicated Bixby button we had on the S10. I don't think too many people are going to be bothered by this, but what you will probably feel a little bit more is the lack of a headphone jack. Alright, when it comes to the software, I don't think people are going to have much room to complain here. It's running Samsung's One UI skin based on Android 9 Pie, and I like the way it looks. I like the simple aesthetic, I like the way it's animated, and I like the speed, and compared to the experience on the S10, nothing feels substantially different here, and that's a good thing. There's also a little bit more going on behind the screen in this phone. You've got an in-display fingerprint scanner in the bottom half, and then in the top half, instead of a traditional earpiece, you've got a speaker underneath the screen. For me personally, one of the most important pillars of a smartphone is good battery life. It's the fact that the resolution is a little lower than top-tier flagships, and the fact that it's running on the Snapdragon 730 chip instead of maybe an 855 will also help boost this battery a little bit. And they're combining it with 25-watt fast charging, which I was kind of surprised by considering that this is beyond the charging speed of even the S10 phones. So yeah, there is a lot of cool stuff going on here, and in some ways even leapfrogs the Galaxy S10 and the S10 Plus going on here, and in some ways even leapfrogs the Galaxy S10 and the S10 Plus. This is a €679 phone, which on one hand, no, is not cheap, but on the other hand, does leave a good amount of price gap between this and the more expensive options. But just bear in mind that compared to that phone, you are missing out on a more powerful chip, as well as stereo speakers. You just get a single mono speaker in the corner here. If you enjoyed this video, it'd be massively appreciated if you could smash that subscribe button down below.